What's up, YouTube family and Browns fans everywhere? This is Cleveland Football, and I'm your host, Terrence Hudson. All right, so let's get into yesterday. And I'm not going to beat up on us. This is not the time for that. But we will get into the game and then talk about some things that we could do moving forward. Played the Chiefs yesterday, and they beat up on us. But 8-1, the hottest offense in the league, averaging 36 points a game. So we gave up 37. Looking at it, the offense did not look bad. I was actually in Cleveland yesterday, and I was making my way back, listening to most of the game on the radio as I could. But looking at it again, the offense, there's some hope there. Baker 29 for 42, 297 yards, 2 touchdowns. We saw one pick at the end. Chubb, we was giving him the ball. He was grinding it out, 22 for 85. And then Duke Johnson at the receiver spot, 9 for 78, 2 TDs. He had a game. We was hitting, kind of spreading the ball around to different guys. Njoku and Landry and Callaway guys was making grabs. Perriman made a few grabs. Even got him involved in the run game. But offensively, not bad. Still some things to clean up. Defense, it was just tough going. We had some guys out. Ward was hurt. Kirksey. Randall's out, Schobert, so we were shorthanded, and this is not a good week to be shorthanded. And then just overall, the team. There was some good things on defense. Avery got a sack, Garrett got a sack, and another Denzel Rice with a pick. But the Chiefs, offense, man, they firepower. Mahomes. Was he 375 yards, 2 TDs? We saw what Hunt was able to do. Kelsey, some Northeast Ohio guys coming back to Cleveland and lighting us up. So I bet they had a little bit extra juice coming back home. But again, I think we just didn't go out and embarrass ourselves. We fought, and especially for everything that has happened over the last 2 weeks. We saw you lose a head coach and a coordinator at the same time, and then you have to go out and play a game, which I think we got something there. I think this is something that could bring the guys together. And I think, that leads into what I want to talk about, and that's leadership. And leadership as far as, players, you got your leaders. It's a time for them to step up. Your leaders on offense, your leaders on defense, keeping guys together, keeping guys rallied, because you have something there. And then you got to play for one another and fight for one another. And for Coach Greg Williams as well. He's thrusted into a situation he didn't expect to be interim head coach right now. So, hey, let's play for him too. And I'm sure he go coach his butt off. And what I really want to get into is, leadership from the top. And that's, organizational leadership. And it starts at the top. It starts at the head. Ownership sets the tone all the way through the organization. And that's, from ownership to front office, GM, coaching staff, all the way through, equipment, the catering crew, the trainers and team doctors, custodians. The ownership sets the tone for the culture and how things will run in an organization all the way through, all the way down to what I look at it. Man, I look at places, y'all might think I'm crazy, about what type of toilet paper do they have? If they got something that's some cardboard in there, you gonna cut you up. But I look at that. Some places you go, hey man, they got some good talk. And then some places you go, it's like, man. So I look at it all. Ownership set the tone for you know, just how the feel around the organization, the professionalism. And this isn't to say that, you know, some places, you know, you can have, you know, good ownership, good leadership, and things still can you can still go through tough times, and then you have to work these things out, and that happens. And then you have some places where you go where you know it's starting at the top and the things is trickling down and not going well until some changes are made. So because right now we're looking at it, it's getting bleaker and bleaker, as you know, more and more bleak as you know, each week, where you already starting to look the next year. And it's something that we didn't want to have to do, be in week 9 and already looking like, okay, what can we do, you know, to get better as far as next year? Like, oh, you know, who coming out in the draft, you know, who could be candidates for this head coaching job coming up. You know, and don't get me wrong, Cleveland will be an attractive job. But, you know, the whoever you're looking at, whoever candidates who you're bringing in, you know, they got to have confidence that, all right, this thing is going to be ran, and it's going to be ran right. So, you know, we'll get into that later as time go on. I'm sure it's already whispers out there, and people are already looking, and phone calls, you know, being made, and bugs, you know, playing, you know, bug in your ear here and there. About, you know, who can come in and get a look at this job. You know, you look at Cleveland, just the city of Cleveland, starving for a champion. Cleveland is a football city, for sure. And then overall, just I think it's a city that's on the rise. You know, Cleveland get a bad rap, mistake by the leg, and all these things. The one YouTube video, and you know, everybody want to clown Cleveland, but you know, if you haven't been there, if you look around, Cleveland is a city on the rise. You know, just economically, you know, yeah, it could be some improvements. I think if we talking about, you know, Metro Cleveland, you know, putting more money into the school system and getting youth involved and having opportunities and jobs for our young people, and training for our young people, but there are some opportunities there, you know, especially in the medical and in tech field, and people coming to Cleveland. You know, people are coming to Cleveland. So, you know, we'll see. I think the job is attractive, and just hopefully, you know, we can make the right decision on who we bring in. But definitely, you know, leadership through and through, from the top down. And I saw that Jimmy Haslam, he's like, you know what, I'm starting this thing now, and made some changes. Those are big changes, and get rid of a head coach and a coordinator. And now it's time to move forward, and hopefully, you know, going through, I'm hoping he work with Dorsey, you know, closely as to, you know, who we go bring in, and some of those decisions that is going to be made, because I think Dorsey, since he's been here, you know, he's made the right moves when it came to at least to personnel and players on the field. So let's see what he can do with this coaching staff and the rest of the front office, and just the overall direction of the team. Like, what type of organization are we going to be? What type of team are we going to be? You know, what's going to be our identity, and do something to you know, get back to these fans and get back to this city. Like, that's what I'm looking at. You know, organizational leadership from here on, and then the guys just playing the rest of this season. You continue to fight. You know, it's not a time to give up. It's about to get cold. Man, you thought this weekend was cold, just wait till, you know, the end of November, you know, and that hawk is coming off that lake, and then into December. So, we're not about to shut it down. We need let's get some business out there. Let's smack some people and run it up on some people. I think we still got something left in us. Like, we got some young guys. Like, hey, let's fight. Let's fight. All right. Who we have next week? We got Atlanta. Atlanta coming to town. They 4-4. Another high-powered offense. Matt Ryan, Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley, was that Tevin Coleman. So, these guys can score some points. They can move the ball. I want to see how they look in the cold outside of the dome. They surprised me going up and beating Washington in Washington, But let's see what they do in Cleveland, where, I think we can get after these guys. They're definitely not the Chiefs. And in their defense, I think we could do something against their defense. But we have to put in the work, continue to get better. As you can still get better from week 9 to week 10 to week 11, week 12. You look up, you're not a rookie anymore. You got 10, 11, 12, 13 games under your belt. All these guys been playing from the beginning of the season young and was thrown in there. And now, like, hey, you a pro now. It's you're not just coming out all wide-eyed and bushy tail. No, you're a pro. You've been in it. You've been in the trenches. What we got? 4 overtime games and close games, and a lot of you guys should be growing up, and right there. So, I'm still gonna be looking to see, okay, who's still improving. All right, and then that jump from this year to next year, I'm really gonna be looking to see, all right, who improves. But hey, we still got games to play. All right, it's not over. We still got games to play, and let's play them and let's beat some people. All right, and we know what we gotta do. All right. Leadership. So if you hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe.